welcome to another episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. I'm Britt Rochelle.
I'm Muffin.
And again, we are here recording and streaming at the end of March. We went on a long old rant about some news and the current state of not just the concepts of gaming, but fame, celebrity, and how that affects streamers. Clearly has not affected us all that much, but we're kind of wishing that it would. In some ways. Anyway, so we're getting out of 1 month into another, and you know what that means. That is new freaking games. So I've got some windows open. Muffin sent me a list. We're going to talk about the new games coming out this April. Hell, by the time you're seeing this, they might already be out. So go ahead, take a look, watch the video, check out our list, the summaries, the opinions, the laughs, and let's see what's coming out in gaming this April.
Yeah, don't be lame.
And Oakland's here too. He just woke up, so I have no problem picking him up reviews. Do you see his jacket? Do you like it?
No, I don't like it.
It's from Build-A-Bear.
I don't like it.
He's so cute.
A dog should not be wearing clothing.
I know. But he wears it anyway. He's actually really sweet about it. He helps me put it on and take it off sometimes. I'll like, you know how when you put on a sock, you like roll it up and push it over your foot?
No, I don't do that. I just pull it like a normal human.
We'll talk about the way socks work later, but my point being, so I'll roll up his sweater so I can put it on, and he'll like push his head through, like, yes, sweater time, let's go. And he'll even like hold up his paw so he can put it through the arm. It is so cute. And actually it's gotten to the point, I will say this is a nurture, not nature, because obviously dogs don't wear clothes in the wild, but I tried it, Muffin, I did try it. I tried a couple days without him wearing clothes. I didn't put pajamas on him. I showered or bathed him. I brushed him out, did normal dog grooming, and just didn't put him in clothes. And he was so anxious and upset without clothes. I think it's like a security blanket for him. Like, it's gotten to the point, and I know this is my fault, but I think it's gotten to the point where if he's not wearing clothes, he's like, am I not part of the family? Am I going back to the mill? And I'm like, no, baby, you're not. I will never get rid of you. Here, have a sweater to show my love.
I think that's just projecting, because that dog is perfectly fine.
He's wearing a sweater. Of course he's perfectly fine.
That dog is perfectly fine. Does not need to wear a sweater.
I asked my roommates. They all agreed he was acting weird without the clothes on. He's a traumatized boy. He needs extra special care.
I'm so tired of hearing that.
He is traumatized. The other boys have fine upbringings. He was traumatized. Let's get into the new games. You're clearly sick of hearing about the dog. And I know why. I can tell y'all one of the reasons why Oakley is hated by Muffin, other than the fact he is, again, I can hold him like this. He can fit into this frame. He is so tiny. OG Studio Puppy is Zap Brannigan. He is outside. He is large and does not like to be on camera. So this is the new Studio Puppy.
No. Zap likes to be on camera.
No,
you don't like Zap
doesn't.
being on camera because he's
doesn't.
Aggressively lovey-dovey.
No, that's Colonel. Colonel's aggressively lovey-dovey. The problem with Zap is, I'm not kidding, anytime I say, this is my phone, say I'm like, hey Zap, smile, he goes, dead ass. And he's done it since he was a puppy too. I remember I went with Tato once. I went with her with Brewster's because we were getting ourselves ice cream, and we also were there. We got our dogs Pud Cups. So it's on TikTok. Y'all can see it. I filmed Zap with his first Pup Cup. I'm like, look at Zap. He's got his first Pup Cup, and he licked at it a little bit, nom nom nom. Blah, blah, blah. But then he literally, so the pup cups at Brewster's come in these little there's a small paper ice cream cups. He literally took the edge of it in his teeth and drug it behind a bush so that he could enjoy it without me filming him. That boy does not like to be on camera.
I distinctly remember Zap only wanting to be on camera when he was a puppy, when we were in the house. When we first started doing this.
When I first started doing this, yes, I think he just got sick of it. And also, he was in laps. You gotta remember, he was being loved on and in laps. But unfortunately, I can't have him in my room as often because he does aggravate my allergies. So it is a problem, unfortunately.
So it's your fault!
It is partially my fault, yes, but he also does not like being on camera. I will stick to that. He does not like it. That's why the Pupstagram, as I call it Brit's Puppy Posse, is the Instagram I have for the doggos. And Oakley is fine on camera. Colonel likes being on camera. He's like almost too aggressive about it. And then there's Zap, who's just he's not
It's
about
just like
it.
That audio. You're right. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
Anyways, thank you for coming to our TED Talk about our disagreement as to why Oakley is not only the new studio puppy, but why Muffin does not like him. maybe next week for a special episode, I'll have to bring back Zap, because it has been a while.
You're still yet to explain why I don't like Oakley.
Oh, well, it's because he's tiny. He looks like a rat to you, even though I think he's a sweet, precious baby. To you, he looks like a rat. And he's not Zap Brannigan, is the main thing.
It has nothing to do with him not being Zap.
Really? Why don't you like Oakley then? Say it for all the internet to hear.
Solely because you put him in clothing.
Oh, solely? Really? That's nothing to do with Oakley. That's all me.
Well.
But he's so cute in clothing. And I can afford to put him in clothing, and no one destroys it.
Crusty ass face dog.
He hasn't had a bath yet today.
That crusty ass face dog.
And he's actually not as crusty. Okay, he's a little crusty, but it's because he was outside this morning, okay?
Crusty, musty, looking, goofy ass, candy cane wearing motherfucker in green.
Sorry, should I put him in Easter clothing? I got him a special Easter outfit. I'll send you a pic on Sunday.
No.
It's a yellow polo and a bow tie and an Easter hat.
No.
But no, so quick PSA. So this is what happens when you let... Oh, sorry, his little arms give me life. He looks a little crusty because I let him outside. Most Malteses that you'll see, especially at dog shows, but even on social media, oftentimes they're either not let outside very often, if at all, except to go potty, because it keeps their skin nice and white. Because if I shaved him, you'd see the discoloration, but I'm not shaving him. He has some dark spots on his skin because the dog. I'm not shaving him. I let him out in the sun with the big dogs as a short option.
Shave the rat.
I'm not shaving. I'm not he doesn't okay, so I bought this little trimmer when I first got him. Cause I do want to shave around his paws more, because then he won't get so many burrs in his fur, and also it's easier to trim his nails. But he freaks the frick out. It's not even that loud. Hang on, I'll demonstrate. He's like, nope. He don't like it.
I can hear it, so yeah. I can only imagine why he doesn't like it.
It's not, but he lets me blow dry him just fine. He got used to the blow dryer. He refuses to get used to this. And again, it's not even sharp. It's just a little buzzer thing, but he is not about it.
Have you nicked him at all?
Not with that. I've nicked him with scissors, and he lets him trim him just fine. He's a weird dog. He's my little dude. And also, I haven't nicked him since that first time I trimmed him up. I just don't go so close to the skin because, obviously, his hair don't need to be that short. Oh, good boy. You can take a nap.
Make him bald.
I don't want to make him bald.
He would be a naked mole rat.
He would look like a naked mole rat bald. I don't want him to be bald. If y'all want, I'll ask my editor to put here a picture of him when I cut his hair too short. He looks funny. There's a
like that one scene from SpongeBob. Bald!
Bald! Bald! Exactly. So
it's not
no.
bald. It's thinning.
God, that movie was so good. But no, I'm not balding Oakley, and I do trim him regular to deal with ticks and other tangling issues. But that's not what we're here about. Anyway, so we have studio puppies. He's a cute boy. He's not going anywhere. Let's talk about some games. What we're actually here to talk about. I don't know. I always thought you had this vendetta against Oakley because he's not Zap Brannigan.
No. Because he looks like a rat. And for whatever reason, somebody decided Oakley was a good name.
It was the lady at the Humane Society. He was the only one.
How unfortunate.
It was the only one she named because he's so tiny and special.
Oh, special is definitely the word I would use.
Well, apparently,
but I would also follow it up with Ed.
I wasn't there for the adoption, but see how tiny he is? Apparently, all of his siblings are like this on him. Everyone else is like bigger than him.
So a humpback?
No, that... So when I say, I mean proportionally, so this is where the back would be, this is where the head would be.
Interesting.
They were bigger than him. He's the runt of the litter. He is the tiniest boy.
So what I'm hearing is, good eating.
No, the opposite.
You can skin him.
No,
put him
what?
on a grill.
No! He's got no meat on his bones. He's got a good hydraulics.
Neither do rabbits, but people eat rabbits.
You gotta see how big they're rabbits larger than Oakley, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's not that hard.
You know, actually,
fucking rabbit.
Now think about it, I don't know if you ever met Bach, but my first rabbit was actually about his size. He was a big boy.
Who?
I had a rabbit named Bach. No, you wouldn't have met him. He passed on in Savannah. I think right like a year or so before we started doing GFAP and gaming together. I'll send you a picture. He's a big fat fuck.
Interesting.
He is an absolute unit of a rabbit. Anyways, thank y'all for listening to our lovely, rant about animals. Let's get into some new games coming out this April. I don't know what this reminds me of Octodad, except for, it's squid-like, except for, Octodad was opposite octopus, but you know what I mean. It just reeks of that kind of vibe. Let's see what Darwin's Paradox coming out on April 2nd. It's available for pre-order now. Let's see! Konami Digital Entertainment Inc. announced today that its story-driven adventure platformer Darwin's Paradox will release on April 2nd on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, the Epic Game Store, and Steam, with pre-orders starting today. Created in partnership with ZDT Studio, a French independent studio comprised of a handful of passionate developers, Darwin's Paradox invites players to tap into their wild side as Darwin, a cunning cephalopod, naturally equipped with camouflage, as cephalopods often are, actually, suction-covered arms for scaling, and an ink shooter to distract dangerous predators and other threats.
Did you know what cephalopod is actually the most expert in camouflage?
I do not know. What is that?
It's called a cuttlefish.
Oh, I love the cuttlefish.
Yeah.
They're
goofy looking. It is considered still a cephalopod, but...
That makes sense. I'm thinking about, the general anatomy of a cephalopod, and yeah, you're right.
That's all I got. Fun facts,
Fun facts! So, bonus items for players who pre-order the psyched and dotted skins for Darwin for the main game are what are seen here. He looks like he's on drugs. Straight up. Look at those bloodshot eyes. Yeah, psychedelics. He's still a little bloodshot in the dotted skin, but it's a bit more, I don't want to say it, but it's gonna come out of my mouth anyways. It's a little more octopusy.
It's called octopi.
No, I wasn't
saying... be digging in that pie.
Ah! I get it! See, I wasn't going with the plural. Actually, I had the greatest response ever on Twitter. I'm not calling it X, I refuse to call it X. But on Twitter the other day.
You did in the last episode.
I did last episode. Thank you for correcting me in that episode. But I was trying to bring back, it used to be called, God, what was it called on Tumblr? Night blogging. God, I miss night blogging. Just the most unhinged, stupid shit you could think of. Just put it out on the internet. And, yeah, what I was trying to bring that back to an extent. And in math, you know how a matrix in the plural is known as the matrices?
Mm-hmm.
So I put on, at Twitter, I put on there, why is the plural of dominatrix not dominatrices? Dominatrices. And someone replied to me, is it not dominatrices? And I basically replied, it better be! That's how grammar works, biatch! I didn't say that last part, obviously, but... How many of those eggs did you eat in this sitting? I gotta ask. I know it's good. Did you eat the whole dozen just since you sat down?
No. I did not.
That's so many marshmallow eggs! You were just bragging about losing your dad bod. You're gonna get it back.
This is, in fact, the only thing that I've had all day, so no. I think I'll be fine.
Bruh.
That and my Fallout-inspired Sunset Sarsaparilla. Which is only 160 calories.
I'm proud of you. Sorry, let me take care of this right quick. I don't know what anybody's up to in this house, and that's okay. Oh,
I forgot my peanuts, but those are only 160 calories too per...
Your mom's sorry, I'm not
half a cup.
I'm not getting yelled at by Muffin today.
Good girl.
So, in Darwin's Paradox, players can traverse challenging platforming levels with the skills of an octopus on a wild odyssey to return to sea. The game pulls visual inspiration from high-end animated films, Finding Dory, with innovative gameplay to give players a unique experience. Watch the new Sony's Interactive State of Play trailer here. I will be watching that, unfortunately not on this channel, because people don't like watching trailers, apparently, on podcasts. And though React channels, fucking, I'll put it in the chat. I'm not gonna, but yeah, so, React channels don't get flagged, but I do for some reason. It's really annoying, but okay.
Boo! What about the losers?
I mean, please feature us again. That was really nice for my bank account, which is in turn great for Muffin's bank account. So, the game pulls... Okay, I already said that. So there's Tactical Tentacle Action. A new playable demo. Ooh, there's a demo. I don't gotta play this shit. For Darwin's Paradox is available today on PS5, Xbox Series XS, Nintendo Switch 2, PC, via the Epic Game Store, and Steam, offering players a chance to play a section of the game ahead of its full launch. I gotta say, I played that up as much as I did because... Remember back in the I'm being nostalgic and cynical today. I don't know what's with me. Maybe it's just because I'm a woman, but I'm being very cynical. Remember back in the day when you could just say, let's use Halo. Well, no, not Halo, because that was an Xbox exclusive. Let's say, freaking, I don't know, I bring her up a lot, Britney Spears. When she released an album, it was not available at Walmart, TJ Maxx, freaking FYE, Best Buy, any tiny-ass record store you've ever heard of. We got the Britney Spears album.
FYE is crazy.
I miss FYE. That was the best freaking store in the mall. I love FYE. But, like... This is almost as bad as losing the original. Well, not even there. I wasn't even there for the original, but even my era of Hot Topic was better than whatever the hell's going on now, in my honest opinion. But I was kidding. It's just a lot of anime. There's nothing wrong with liking anime anymore. My point being, it used to be buy the new insert big name vocal artist here wherever CDs and audio cassettes are sold. Or buy this movie wherever DVDs and video cassettes are sold. Nowadays you have to be like, or wherever your games are sold. It was a nice little blanket. Now people are like, they become, remember,
soon to own on video
and DVD. It's a vocal stim for me. Like a mental trigger. I don't know what to call it. I got the tism. My point being, now you gotta list everything. Because people will go, actually, it wasn't at my game store, so you gotta tell me which game stores I could buy your game at, or insert movie, or well, no, buy CDs anymore, but...
Insert title here. You can't buy that here. It's not a game store.
Or, like you just said, it used to just be, coming soon to own on video and DVD.
In fact, it used to be coming soon to own on video and cassette.
Yep, I remember. So I have not visited my mother. I'm gonna sound like a bad child. I have not visited my mother in I don't know how many years. But next time I go to my mother's house, I'm stealing the little box of fucking VHS tapes that she has, and those are mine now, because she ain't doing anything with them.
See, I got the VHS player to work when I lived with my mom, like, as a child.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, hey, so when I move out, I'm taking this with me. You know, I fixed it. I put my money into it.
Right.
It's mine now.
Yeah.
And when I moved down here again to Georgia to live with my mom the second time, it was, hey, you're not taking the VHS player because the boys need it. You know, my sister's kids. And I was like, no, I fixed it. It's mine. That's how that works. We had this conversation already.
Yeah.
No. You know, they're kids. You know,
give them a
they
Nintendo.
need it. The fuck they need it for? What about my daughter?
True.
What about my kid?
True.
My sister can buy a VHS player.
Yeah, on eBay.
She can waste her money on it. That's fine.
I mean, I'll buy a freaking...
I fixed that one.
That's like one of my... I guess that's one of the reasons I could probably surmise, and this isn't much, especially given my modern technological skills, which I found out are actually higher than a lot of people I meet, but still not great. Again, like, put me and Muffin in any kind of, like, computer... Like, he can build a PC. I don't know how the fuck to do that. My point being, one of the indicators... Well, there's two main indicators to my mom that I was a quote-unquote gifted or advanced child. Was I correctly used the word antagonized in a sentence when I was 4 years old. And at that same age, I was able to reprogram my grandmother's VCR. And I was actually quite proud of that because... Again, you know how kids are. You have kids. They're like, I want to watch this. I want to watch that. When I was a kid, it was, I want to watch Charlotte's Web. We got a VHS. And so it was, I want to watch Charlotte's Web. And my sister and I wanted to watch it. And it was the weirdest, I mean, not weird now, just, a couple cables misplaced. But the point being, we could either see it and not hear it, or we could hear it and not see it. So my grandma and my mom basically went, you know what, girls? We're sorry, we can't get it to work. Guess you can't watch Charlotte's Web. So I drug over a little stool. I'm small, I'm almost 30, and I'm small for my age. Like, small for my age, 4-year-old me, drug up a stool, stood up on my tippy toes, fiddled with some buttons, and got it to work. And we sat down and watched the movie, and my mom was like,
I mean, it's not hard to do these things.
It's really not, but it's one of those things, my mom and my grandma couldn't figure it. Maybe it's just the joy of youth. I was just able to intuitively figure it out. Or just have maybe not intuitively figure it out, just the willingness to try things. I don't know. You could go into a myriad of psychological or generational phenomenon to figure it out. But the point being,
attempt to it rather than just giving up immediately.
Exactly. There's a couple, again, psychological, generational intellectual phenomena you can go into. Point is, I felt very proud because I got it to work, and my mom and my grandma were very proud of me. And my sister was happy because she got to watch her movie. So...
As most should be happy in that situation.
Right! It's okay. I gave her plenty of reason later to not be happy with me. Mainly beating her favorite video game before she did. Anyway, so the Darwin's Paradox... Right, I know. The Darwin's Paradox is coming out April 2nd. Also on April 2nd, there's a new... They call it Multiplayer Bullet Heaven. I'm just gonna go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. It's probably just Bullet Hell, and that's fine. Bullet Hell games are fun. It's called Temtem Swarm. There's a 1.0 release date. Again, April 2nd. There's a new trailer. Again, we won't be watching. I'm not trying to bring to, raise Nintendo's wrath or anything, but that kind of looks like a Pokemon to me. I don't know why.
100% a Pokemon.
Okay, thankfully. It's not just me. I'm not trying to, I'm not sponsored by Nintendo. I don't work for them. If I did...
Could you imagine being sponsored by Nintendo?
I had to bite my tongue with how freaking lewd that freaking statement I was about to say was about Nintendo without,
Yeah.
How about, I'll, sorry, I'm not about censorship, but I'm gonna censor myself this time just to see Muffin's reaction. Oh. You know how much, oh wait, I have to mute myself entirely. Anyways, I don't know if Muffin actually heard that, but it was very lewd. And if you can read lips, good for you. Let's just say it'd be a lot friendlier to Nintendo if we were sponsored, but we're not.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of it.
Okay, that I set up Discord right. That was a good test.
In fact, I did hear it. Joke's on you. Ha 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 ha.
Okay, so the Temtem Swarm trailer not only announced the game's full launch on Steam, but we'll also see it playable on the Steam Deck and bring the game to the PS5 console with all cross-platform play. We love that, because console exclusive don't really exist anymore. And with the price of consoles nowadays, why would they? Crema also confirmed that a Nintendo Switch version is in the works, but provided no release window for that version. Thus far on Steam, the game had apparently sold 100,000 copies as of 25, but its concurrency has been disconcertingly low. Readers should be reminded that the development of Temtem Swarm is marked by controversy surrounding the development of Crema's originally kickstarted MMO RPG Temtem, with Crema claiming that its MMO was never an MMO, as well as not commercially viable for the studio. Crema also said that the MMO would continue to receive updates after Swarm was announced, but instead pushed the game to maintenance mode in 24. But hey, release date trailer. Denying what... Okay, I maybe it's because I've been taking a marketing class, or maybe just because I'm pushing 30 and I've been exposed to a lot of advertisements in my day. But unless you're going to do it in a...
Pushing 30?
Yeah.
Good God.
I know. I'm old as fuck.
Old as hell.
I'm about to expire as a woman.
Let me get that milk before it curdles.
My egg's about to dry up. But no. No,
Shriveled.
God.
Hard-boiled, if you will.
Do you ever watch The Nanny? That show from the 90s with Fran Drescher?
God, I don't watch anything from the 90s, Brittany.
It's so funny. Anyways, there's this great rivalry between the butler, Niles, and the dad in the show. The dad's a Broadway producer, and his assistant or partner, I think their partner's actually Cece Babcock, she's this, like, real severe-looking woman who's, like, in love with him, my point being. So Cece and Niles have this great rivalry between them. And so Niles, being the butler, serves them all breakfast in the morning. And so she complains to him, Niles, my eggs are all dried up. His immediate rebuttal, the gene pool is saved.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Imagine. My
point is, that was a little aside, but the actual point I'm trying to make here, this is the part I take issue with. Crema claiming that its MMO was never an MMO. That's, like, I remember even reading back in the day, because I read the girly magazines, I read a lot of the rag mags, as they call them. Thankfully I don't anymore. It's literally just trash. Like, it's worse than brain, what do they call that? Like, brain candy. It's just trash for your brain, but I used to read them a lot as a youngin'. And My Chemical Romance back in the day used to really fight against being labeled emo music. Really, yeah, again, and they literally played, I think, it's called When We Were Young Fest, out in Vegas, and it's just a big old festival for nostalgic, mostly emo bands. There's other bands too, but it's a lot of emo, like Hawthorne Heights ass motherfuckers. And I will agree that a good portion of My Chemical Romance's catalog could not be considered emo, especially the later stuff. If you listen to Danger Days, again, totally different video. But probably will never get into it on this podcast. But freaking, my point being, them pushing against the emo label, I'm not gonna say it lost them followers, because I don't think it did, but it certainly didn't gain them any followers.
Lost them followers.
I don't think it. Okay, why do you say it lost them followers? Is it because the emo community just wanted to be recognized, or what? Why do you say? Yeah, that's fair.
Why build your community on a certain group of people and then immediately just go, you know what? Psych, never mind.
Well, I think they didn't have a problem with the people. They had a problem with the label. I will say, I think they stopped pushing against the label so hard after they released the Black Parade, which was inarguably their most emo album. Their best album overall, I'll say, lyrically speaking, composition, production. The Black Parade's an amazing record, but it's also kind of fucking emo. Listen to I Don't Love You. Listen to Teenagers, which I will, after being fans of theirs, it's been 20 years since that record was released. Teenagers, wow. Yeah, I know, right? 06. October of 06 was when that record was released. And having the benefit of hindsight and having been a fan for a good portion of those decades, I can with confidence say Teenagers is the worst song on that record. It's not good. I like Blood better, and it's like 30 seconds, and it's a hidden track on the original release. But I digress. Pushing against that label is not how you gain an audience, which is why I think their concurrent players in terms of Temtem is so low. Because people are like, this is a great MMO. Oh, we're not an MMO. We're better than that, or we're different, or whatever they think. I don't know anything about Temtem. Exactly. They're going, bitch, I'm different. And people are going, oh, never mind. And they're walking away. They're not playing the game. It's like, you want a good emo band? Listen to My Chemical Romance. We're not emo. Oh. Fuck you too, then. Bye.
Anymore.
No, I'm talking like, back in like, when they're releasing, their most popular song, the song that got, say, My Chem on the map was actually I'm Not Okay, I Promise, in parentheses. The most emo song title I could personally think of. Exactly, you know the song. Is that not a fucking emo song?
It's 100% an emo song.
You're literally whining and crying about your problems in a song. Like, that's emo as fuck. And you're only, again, like you even said, dissing the community that you have gathered by denying that. So honestly, even if, this is going to be really shallow. Even if you don't, like, think you're that, lean into it. Like, especially if you're focused, like a lot of people's are fucking sales, lean into it. Just fucking go, yeah, we're emo. Or, like, ignore it and go, we're just going to keep putting out music. Whatever y'all think it is, sure. If you like it, just buy the record so we can keep making more. Buy the game so we can keep making more. You know? Like, I get there's this big push for a need for identity, which I understand culturally, but practically speaking, I think we just need to collectively get over. So if you like MMOs, play Temtem. If Temtem doesn't want to be an MMO, then you just won't find them under that tag, pretty much. Because labels are weird.
Labels are weird.
Labels are weird, because it's just... I sound so cliche. It's just a way to categorize things. I guess the best advice I could offer the Temtem people, not that they care, they're not listening to me, but, like, same with My Chemical Romance, same with anyone or I can't remember, what artist was it? It might have been Halsey. No, I don't think it was Halsey. But there are some artists that's like, I'm not pop music, I don't do pop. Pop is lame. It's like, well, fuck you. I liked you. Like, just don't take it too seriously. Just make what you're going to make. People are going to categorize it as they categorize it. Make your shit.
Pop is kind of lame.
Soda's
better.
You're all I can think of. Any free drop I drink of. I don't know, you won't get that reference because you watched the movie. I won't. That's okay.
But it's okay.
You're my soda pop. My little soda pop. Anyways, back to actually relevant stuff. Sorry for my ramblings today. The gears in my head have been working overtime lately, so I appreciate y'all letting me express that here on the podcast. Next up on the release lineup, we have Replaced, a platform adventure indie game releasing on Xbox Series S, PC, Xbox One. Oh, this is an Xbox exclusive, basically. It's developed by Sadcat Studios, published by Coatsink Software and Thunderful. Replaced is a 2.5D sci-fi retro futuristic action platformer where you play as Reach, an artificial intelligence trapped in a human body against its own will. Replaced combines cinematic platforming, pixel art, and free-flow action combat set in an alternative 1980s. Sounds like my kind of fucking game. I like the 80s and anything that came out of it. Well, most things that came out of it. But not much other information on this, but it is coming out. I have it on here. Sorry. Replaced come out April 14th. So, yep, keep an eye out on that. I kind of want to see that. I love I'm not big into horror myself, and this is not a horror game. It doesn't advertise itself. I'm not going to advertise it as stuff, but things that deal with, like, cerebral type plot lines, or, again, going into horror games. If I'm going to play a horror game, I prefer psychological horror, so it's going to mess with my head. This seems like my kind of game, so I'm down. Next up, the game me and
entertaining to find a game that you would enjoy.
I mean, I'm pretty easily entertained. But, you know, what do you think about this, Muffin? What do you think about the idea of this?
It sounds interesting. I'm kind of intrigued to see how it's going to end. Because a lot of games that have the whole noir or like 80s vibe to it don't really last long.
Right. I haven't played the new Life is Strange yet. I want to get to it this week. But I've been hesitant to, like, the reason I didn't, like, jump on it on release date, like, I thought I would. But I had such a problem with the previous game, Double Exposure, because they would pick up these interesting storylines and then just drop them. And then the whole rest of the game was just so railroady. And I don't have a problem in principle with things like QuickTime events or story-based gaming. I quite like story-based gaming. I played the original Life is Strange, and I did play Double Exposure, and they're both... Life is Strange was the better game, in my opinion. Double Exposure almost had it, but then just dropped the ball on the last 2 episodes, because they were at half the length, and the choices, again, they didn't matter like they should have. In the original Life is Strange, every decision you make matters. In Double Exposure, it's every decision you make matters until you get to this point. Then it's just a matter of meh.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping the new one that just came out, Reunion, doesn't do that, and I hope Replaced doesn't do that either. If it does have a definitive ending, because especially since Life is Strange. Life is Strange was not the first to do it, but especially since Life is Strange, the idea of unlocking multiple endings has been more and more prevalent. But if there is a definitive ending to how Replace is supposed to go, I hope it does go more the route of BioShock, where with BioShock, it was, you're not sure how it's going to end, but, spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't played BioShock, you're literally being played as a pawn the whole time, and it's a shock, and you don't know. So, it's already interesting that they're just giving it away right away, that this is based around an AI that's trapped against its own will in a human body. I also have to wonder if they went... What book was that?
It seems like it's pretty much on par with the movie Mercy.
I didn't see Mercy. What's that one about?
Everything about life is judged by an AI judge now.
Oh, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it, yeah.
I haven't seen it either, but I mean, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
We're really not that far off from having to deal with it either, so...
I know, right? Freaking... trying to think that one movie. The Host. It almost reminds me of The Host by Stephanie Meyer. It was... The author of Twilight tried to do sci-fi after she finished Twilight. It's called The Host. And that was more alien. That was definitely more sci-fi. Well, I guess this is kind of sci-fi as well, but it was more like less on the technology side, more so on alien invasion side, because they were like spider-like aliens.
Yeah.
But in The Host, I never finished the book, unfortunately, but I do remember they took over a human host. Go figure, that's why it's called The Host. And basically took over its physical functions and mind and acted of its own accord through this human body. But the special thing about the main character of The Host is she was taken over by that alien thing, but she still had some of her consciousness left over. So it was like a dual point of view kind of situation. So I wonder if they're going to do that with Replaced or not. But I do like platformers. Obviously, I'm not good at them, as Muffin has seen with Destiny, but I like platformers, and I think I can do well with this game. So maybe I should add it to my release date list on my calendar. And we've all been looking forward to, at least me and Muffin have, for about 2 years now, Mouse PI for Hire. We have an editions lineup and a release date. And this comes from mousethegame.com, the official website for Mouse PI for Hire. This reads, Detectives, after recently announcing a new launch date of April 16th, 2026 for Mouse PI for Hire, we have even more news hot off the press. They've got some physical editions coming out. The physical standard edition will be available globally for PS5 at $29.99. Again, not bad for a modern game price. It's on par with classic game pricings. And Nintendo Switch 2 game on cartridge at $40, $39.99. There will also be a physical deluxe Mouseburg edition, which will be available for PC, which, Steam code in a box, PS5 via disc, as well as Xbox Series S at $49.99, and Nintendo Switch 2 will be at $59.99. There are region restrictions. Check out the breakdown below. The Physical Deluxe Edition comes with everything that a mouse detective needs, including the base game, a 7-inch vinyl record with 4 tracks from the OST, featuring original tunes from composer Patrick Selena, and a piece by Electric Swing Icon's Caravan Palace. There will also be a double-sided poster. I hate double-sided posters, I'm going to say it. I Just give me 2 posters. I don't like having to choose. Featuring a map.
Just go to FedEx, get them copied.
Right. Featuring a map of Mouseburg on the front and a schematic of Jack Pepper's trusty Mysore pistol on the back. Sounds cool. A printed comic book, including 2 sticker sheets, 33 Mouseburg baseball trading cards inspired by the in-game minigame, and 3 premium Mouseburg postcards. That actually sounds like a hella deal. For what, if you have a PS5, it's $50. That sounds dope as hell. There are, of course, the digital editions, which at $40 will get you the base game, the access to the first DLC expansion, which has not been announced but will be released at a later date, the full OST, and a digital comic book. And the pre-orders are open today, so, if you're watching this before the release date, and you've been looking forward to this game as much as we have, frickin' go take a look. It's gonna be cool, I think. I'm probably just gonna get it on Steam myself. Oh, there's even gonna be a Funko Pop if you're into that. A lot of people... Funko Pop's got more of a negative reputation nowadays. But, if you're still into Funkos, there's a Mousepad Funko Pop. So I think they're expecting this to be a pretty big launch. So it better be a good game.
I'll just 3D print the Funko.
I mean, yeah.
If I ever get my Cobra X sent back and returned.
Freaking right. But with all that said, this is... I see there's some 3D elements, but it's mostly... What do they call this? The hose
2D.
style... Well, yes. I think there's a specific name for the animation style. It's a 2D animated game. It's a first-person shooter. It looks like what it looks like. So, I think it looks awesome. If there's a mystery, you get to be a PI. I think it's going to be an awesome game. So I hope... y'all check it out. Help us make it a successful launch. We also, coming up, the Pragmata launches April 17th. That's going to be a new one. That is the game down here. There's a young woman and a robot. One has to help I think they have to help each other escape. There's not a lot of information out about Pragmata. Again, there's a trailer you can watch if you look it up. But that does finally have a release date. April 17th. Vampire Survivors Vampire Crawlers is coming to PC and consoles on April 21st. It's a deck building game. It will also release later this year on iOS and Android. Maybe it's just a personal preference. I don't do mobile games. We don't on this channel even talk about them hardly at all, if we do at all. But I knew some people back in the day who played these mobile deck builder games, and that's all they did. It took up so much of their time. So this is definitely going to be a skip for me. Deck building games are great. Again, I've played Chain of Memories. I do count that as... Honestly, I do kind of count that as a deck building RPG, if that's even a genre. But at least Sora's storyline focuses a lot of the gameplay on deck building. But it's more like, say, Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering or what have you. This one does take place from a first-person's perspective, so that's interesting. You play cards to use for your attacks or boost your stats. Each card does have a mana cost, again, like Magic the Gathering. And I'm assuming Hearthstone. I actually didn't play that much Hearthstone myself, or any of it. But I have played MTG, so I understand the idea of a mana cost. No, in this case, cards can be modified and weapons can be evolved. So if deck building games are your thing, and you like vampires, or unlike me, you're familiar with the Vampire Survivors franchise, then I'd say give it a go. It's out the 21st. This one's going to be a skip for me. What do you think, Muffin?
I don't like card games.
No?
It took me forever just to even play Dungeons and Dragons with you guys. I'm not playing card games.
That's not a card game, though. That's a tabletop RPG.
Still...
It's your
imagination. I had enough imagination in middle school that got me medicated with microdosing meth.
Maybe Okay, but I'm gonna put
Yeah.
a pin in that thought. But I was just saying, maybe the problem wasn't in your imagination. The problem is in medicating kids' imaginations.
No, it was strictly just the imagination part. That's
Right.
all I was told it was.
Children should not have imaginations. Fuck
None
them kids.
whatsoever. Oh, fuck them kids, bro.
Fuck them
Look
kids.
around. Look at life.
You ever see your child play with their toy in a game or in a way that was not specifically prescribed by the instruction manual? What? That's not a control pad for a rocket ship. That's a drawing pad. You start scribbling.
I mean, I got my daughter a fucking like little stepping stool unicorn.
Aw.
And it's got the 4 little stubby legs that are literally this big.
Aww.
She flips it upside down and sits on the bottom part of it and scoots it around the floor. And I go, that's not what that's for. But she loves it, so she's having a blast.
Well, then
Hi,
you gotta medicate her. That's not how you play with the toy. You gotta get her on the drugs.
She was apparently being a real pain in the butt last night before I brought home dinner.
Oh.
So much so that she was flailing herself around on the couch.
Oh my god.
Threw herself off the couch, missed the carpet, missed the cushions, and just knocked the wind out of her on the hard floor.
Oof. Well, that
and
sucks.
Immediately stopped being a pain in the butt.
Yeah, consequences for actions will do that. I know I don't remember how old she was, but I think she had to have been actually probably around the age your kid is, because Ellie's going on 2 now, right?
Yeah, she'll be 2 this year.
Yeah. My cousin, her daughter was doing I think she was still crawling, so I think she might have been a little bit younger than your kid actually. But she was like crawling around like on the bed, and she kept pulling her away from the edge, like, no. And it got to the point
No.
She just let her, she was like, okay, do what you're gonna do. I tried to stop you. And she like, it wasn't a high fall, but it was just a little fall off the bed, and she didn't even cry or nothing. She basically just went like, what?
Like, what the fuck?
Pretty much.
You just let this happen.
Literally, and Mom was like, hey, I
told you.
tried to stop you. Like, sometimes kids just gotta learn. Like, your kid learned, don't play around on the couch. She'll fall on the damn floor. It happens. It's not bad parenting. It's consequences for actions.
It's learning real quick what's about to happen.
Exactly.
You're gonna stop doing some dumb shit and just listen when we tell you, hey, don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Why'd you let that happen? You didn't listen. Maybe next time you'll listen.
The consequences of your own actions.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we've got Tides of Tomorrow. Apparently this has been delayed. It was initially supposed to come out February 21st. As you can see, this is long past. By a month and a week. Let's see. THQ Nordic and developer Digix are delayed Tides of Tomorrow. It's a first-person adventure game with a multiplayer influence system. When I see multiplayer, maybe it's something we should look into. Previously planned from February 24th to April 22nd. It's going to be on the PS5, Xbox Series, I'm assuming X and S. Thank you, Gamatsu, for shrinking that for me. And PC via Steam. Following extensive feedback gathered from the Tides of Tomorrow playable demo and an ongoing closed beta, the development team determined that additional time is needed to respond to player input and implement improvements. The THQ Nordic said in a press release, this extra development period will help ensure the best possible experience for the upcoming narrative-driven adventure. Yes, that's what we've been hearing from GTA 6 for years, so hopefully Tides of Tomorrow, you will follow through. It looks very sci-fi. I'm here for that. I like Split Fiction just fine.
Split Fiction was good.
It was fun as fuck, actually. Next up,
we're never playing it again.
I mean, we completed it. Do we need to? Unless we want to, get all the secrets?
That entails going back through and giving myself more headaches. Trying to go, Brittany, no, this way!
I wasn't that bad at it.
This way! Pretty!
No, that's me. That's me in Destiny. That's why we're not replaying Destiny.
I will replay Destiny till the end of the fucking servers.
Touche. Masters of Albion's coming on the 22nd. It says strategy, simulation, town management, and tower defense. Oh, it's a god game, aka an RTS. Something I, in theory, want desperately to be good at, but I am just so bad at it. I'm the worst at RTS games. I think even Muffin doesn't even like RTS games, and I told him, if y'all may have seen it on a previous episode, if not, y'all should catch up. But I have not even beat Brutal Legend yet because of the RTS levels with Ophelia. And even Muffin's like, you haven't beat Brutal Legend? Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, that's kind of ridiculous.
I'm so bad at RTS, and I don't know why. I'm just not good at it. I can do platforming just fine. There's a bit of a curve with it, but I can do it fine. But shooters are my games. RTS are not. But Masters of Albion is a god game that goes beyond the genre. Mixing strategy with simulation, town management, and tower defense, the game takes you into the rich narrative world of Albion. Starting in the undeveloped world of Oak Ridge, players will step into the body of a god, controlling the town and its citizens, building a small business, and completing orders for various customers. Alright, so Masters of Albion is where we left off. It's coming out April 22nd. If you're into RTS and all that, go for it. Gonna be probably another skip for me until I get into the RTS genre. But till then, we'll see.
Yeah, she's a real big weenie when it comes to RTS.
I try really hard. I'm just really bad at it. Kiln is the next one we have coming out on the 23rd. A pottery party brawler kiln.
I literally was like, kiln? That sounds like a pottery type thing.
It is a pottery thing. If for those of y'all who might not know, a kiln is a special oven specifically for baking pottery and other ceramic goods. So, yeah.
Or your enemies if you have one big enough.
If you have one big enough, yes, you can bake your enemies. If you've been eager to start smacking clay, breaking pots, and quenching fires in Double Fine's multiplayer online party brawler, the wait is almost over. Kiln launches everywhere on April 23rd. We, as in the people at news.xbox.com, have been charmed by Kiln's unique game loop and scrappy development journey all year, so it's exciting to be a fly-on-the-wall observer for several hours of its first public play sessions at the recent Day of the Devs event adjacent to GDC in San Francisco. People cycled to spend a few minutes exploring the game's social space and were particularly encouraged to get into the pottery wheel and try shaping a pot before being pulled into a full 4v4 match on one of 3 mats, then letting new people try. In Kiln, you shape small, medium, or large balls of clay into a vessel on a pottery wheel with surprisingly intuitive controls. The size and shape of the vessel determines its stats, such as health and capacity for water, and special ability with different abilities corresponding to shapes like bowls, chalices, bottles, etc. You can decorate with various glazes and cosmetic attachments, all for style, which seems kind of, again, if you're going to decorate and glaze, I feel like there should be some stat involvement, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because it sounds like a fun, cute, unique game. The matches comprise 2 teams of 4 pots coming together to gather water and quench the other team's kiln 3 times before the same is done to theirs, breaking enemy pots along the way in chaotic brawls. Well, it seems like
Sounds like an interesting game, to be honest.
It seems like it's a kiddie game, according to the following description here. It says, people of all ages were delighted by the pottery wheel, particularly, though by no means exclusively, kids. Early on, a young woman exclaimed to an observing friend, "This is so fun," as someone who actually does pottery. And that sounds like me saying that it seems like a kiddie game doesn't mean it's not going to be fun. Like I agree with Muffin. This actually does seem like a really cool, fun game that we may actually get into next month, like when it comes out. It sounds like right up our alley for goofy co-op games.
Yeah.
The real question is whether or not we'll be against each other or with each other.
I'll be against you. And I'll just act like I'm with you.
Shucks! That sucks! So this article via news.xbox.com does go into a lot of the gameplay aspects. We're just going into the summary of it, but I'm scrolling through so y'all can see some of the gameplay. There is an open beta running the 9th to the 11th of April if y'all want a little sneak preview.
Darn. I will literally be gone those 3 days.
No! Where will the muffin be?
In Florida.
Ooh, fun. Hope y'all have a... Oh.
No.
I'll bother you about that later.
It's my mom's wedding.
Oh shit, I didn't know your mom was getting married. Damn. Yeah. Is this sudden, or is this been a thing you just didn't want to talk?
They were talking about it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, oh my god, finally we have a date. And it's just less than a month away from when we were told. So,
well, there's plenty.
We will be driving 7 hours right after work to Panama City.
Okay. Well, I hope y'all have a good time. There's plenty to do in Florida, so you can find some way to make it fun for everyone after the wedding stuff is done.
Brittany, all I have to say is sunset wedding with a 2-year-old.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I don't get why weddings have to... So many weddings, like, I want it to occur at this specific time of day. Why? Like, I get it's... Sure, the pictures will look nice, but you know what else will look nice? Happy guests.
We have no idea what's going on, by the way. We're going. It is at a certain time. We will be at a hotel 30 minutes away from the venue. There is no rehearsal dinner. There is no plans for after dinner. There's no plans for after the wedding. It is just come here. We're gonna get married, and then we're gonna have a good time.
That sounds...
No description of what anything else is gonna happen.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm sure it's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah. It's not, not planned out at all.
See, it feel like that sometimes. I hate to summarize it like that, but I've only been to... Trying to think how many weddings I've actually been to in my life. I'm gonna confidently say 2 of them. One of them... Or no, sorry, 3. 3 of them. One of them I was a bridesmaid in. It was planned, but it was right before COVID, so there wasn't actually, no, COVID wasn't even blinking anyone's eye. Anyways, I did the bridesmaid stuff. I hung out with the bride. We did the salon thing, got her hair and her nails done. Didn't go to any rehearsal dinner, just kind of got a vague practice of what I'm supposed to do, the day of. And it was a wonderful day. Before that was a friend of a friend's wedding in Florida, funnily enough. I was just a guest there, so again, didn't attend any rehearsal dinner. I just kind of sat where I was told and had myself a time. And then
were you at least told within well enough time that you were going to be a bridesmaid?
Yes, I was told months in advance. I had time to not only get a dress, get it fitted, all that stuff. I still have my bridesmaid's dress.
We were told at the last minute that my daughter, again,
she's gonna be a flower girl.
Not even 2, is going to be a flower girl.
I was a flower girl when I was really little. There's nothing to it. I just set her down the aisle with a basket. She'll be okay.
6 o'clock at night when bedtime is 7:30.
She'll be okay. It'll be chaotic, but it'll be fun.
No one's gonna be okay.
I just remember I thankfully I remember not causing a scene because I knew it because thankfully it was well enough that I didn't know what was going on. I knew something big was happening, and I knew I was not the center of attention, so I did not cause a scene. But I don't know why I had in my head. Maybe it's because my mom must have showed me some kind of movie. Maybe it was Cinderella or some kind of... I was 4... No, I was 2.5, 3 years old. But I have a very specific memory at that age because it's the only memory I have from the wedding. Because Again, with my cousin's wedding, again, 2.5, 3 years old. I was quite young. But I got to be a bride or a flower girl. It was very cute. And I had this idea in my head that I was going to get to walk down the aisle with my sister, because we were both flower girls, tossing these flower petals everywhere. But it wasn't that kind of flower thing. We each got our basket. The flowers were glued into the basket, and we basically just walked down the aisles with the basket. And I have a very specific memory of being so mad that there weren't flower petals for me to throw. So all I can imagine is me at 2 years old going down the aisle, or at best, I'm so happy, look how happy I am. Anyway,
it's a little ridiculous.
Just make sure Ellie gets to throw some petals and she'll be fine. This one looks interesting. It's a fighter game based off Invincible. It's Invincible Versus. That is going to be confirmed on April 30th. Well, it has been confirmed for April 30th. It is an upcoming 3v3 tag fighting game. And the launch roster has been announced. Let's see. Invincible Versus, we have Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, Thula, Bulletproof, Adam Eve, Rex Splode, Omni-Man, Battle Beast, Cecil Stedman, Robot, Monster Girl, Anissa Lucan, Powerplex, Duplicate, Alan the Alien, Titan Elemental, and Conquest.
Duplicate is dead.
It's a fighting game. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to.
Kate is dead.
Anyway, so there are some notable absentees from the launch roster, such as Agstrom Levy. And there's no Mahler twins. Shrinking Ray, Darkwing, and Shapesmith are all absent as well. There will be more characters released as DLC, so we'll be likely to see those then. But at launch, this article is stating that Invincible Versus feels a little Viltrumite heavy. In the wake, this one also from the 9th to the 11th has some open beta going on, so be sure to pick whether Kiln or Invincible Versus is going to be your go. I would personally, I'd probably pick Kiln, because this feels a little too, I hate to say it feels a little too Marvel Rivals for my personal
I was thinking
taste.
Mortal Kombat.
See, I like Mortal Kombat. I played a little bit of Marvel Rivals, and it was okay. It wasn't as fun or well thought out as I hoped it would be. It's also just super repetitive. And that's coming from someone who enjoys Fortnite, so, grain of salt what it is.
Yeah, you enjoying Fortnite is just baffling to me, so.
Well, I'm sorry, not sorry. It's a shooter game. I like it for what it is.
Yeah, so is Star Wars Battlefront.
I haven't played Star Wars Battlefront. I have played
Better than Fortnite.
I bet it is. And last but not least, we have Bandit Trap coming out for the PS5, the Xbox Series, the Switch 2, and PC on April 30th. It's a 3v1 multiplayer action game. There we go, another one for me and Muffin to consider. In Bandit Trap, players take on the role of either scheming bandit or intrepid trapper. One cunning trapper is pitted against 3 bandits who are poised to steal a variety of treasures from the home of the trapper. Will the trapper outsmart the thieves, invading their home, or will the bandits make a daring escape with their collected treasures before the trapper can fend them off? Every match makes for an unpredictable and comedic competition where you can smash through walls, flood rooms, or even freeze entire house floors in the pursuit of victory. Trappers can unleash creative contraptions to fling or flatten bandits, whilst the bandits bob and weave through the chaos map loot and escape in one piece. Well, with destructible environments and dynamic gameplay, no 2 matches will ever be the same. So we could team up as 3 bandits or play as the trapper to defend the home. Use physics-driven traps. Oh, that sounds like mouse traps. Remember the game Mousetrap?
Yeah.
There's a board game I remember very specifically wanting to play so badly. And then the moment I got a chance to play it, I realized how much thought and building and physics was involved. And I was heartbroken because I was so bad at it. I couldn't figure out the
loved that
contraptions.
game. It was so much fun.
I could probably figure it out now, but I don't know what was wrong with... I don't even know how old I was. Maybe 7, 8 years old. I finally got to play it, and there were all these pieces, and I was like, what do I do with it?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
So many things. I like Klondike bars. I get it. It's a good ice cream treat. So
I usually get the peanut butter ones.
Oh god, I love the peanut butter ones.
Oh hey, hi. What the fuck was that, Brittany?
That was the
I said
ecstasy.
the peanut butter ones are good, and she's like, oh my god.
I'm like, oh.
Straight up, just busted a fat nut.
I did. I busted a little bit of a nut there. So we'll be playing, likely, again, we'll be considering, was it Bandit Trap? Probably gonna skip Invincible Versus, as neat as that looks. So it's gonna be Bandit Trap, Kiln, and Mouse PI would probably be my top 3 most anticipated games for April. What do you think?
Mouse PI is realistically the only one that I'm like entirely excited for. Kiln kind of sounds cool, but I'm not looking forward to any other like fighting games.
No, fighting games are like, they're kind of passé at this point. It's kind of unfortunate. Sorry, new IP is not going to make your fighting game any more fresh.
No.
But with that said, us making our statements, I want to know what y'all think are going to be your most anticipated games for April, what you're going to be playing, what's coming out that you're excited, or what you're already playing. Let us know on our socials. All our GFAP stuff can be found, and our individual stuff, at linktree/GFA Entertainment. If you like seeing these streams, we do this every Tuesday from, it's at 11:30 a.m. Central Time or 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, wherever you are, or however that translates into your time zone. I stream it on my stuff, which can be found at BritRochelle.com or BritRochelle.card.co, both of which you can find his links.
At linktree/MuffinSincere.
And
just make sure to follow everything, everybody.
Follow everything, all of us, everywhere. Thank you so much for watching from all of us at the Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast team.
Except Oakley.
Including Oakley. Especially Oakley.
Except the rat. Master Splinter would be so dishonored.
We hope you're having a great time. Keep gaming, and above all else, keep fapping, folks.